Okay, I'm making this video about 12 meters above the ground. I'm up on a water tower above my home, my father's home actually. Um, this video is to showcase to those of us that are waiting for Starlink to get excellent internet in rural areas, one other option of what we can do to get good internet. As you can see, I am in a bit of a rural area. It's not very rural, not like some parts of the US or Australia, for example. It can get extremely remote, but this is definitely several miles out of town. And what I've done here, as you can see, I have installed, like one of you mentioned, very well placed directional antennae connected to 4G SIM based routers. And I've connected 4 such routers to one home network using a TP-Link load balancing router that has 4 WAN ports. So, and most of these are facing about southeast, and that one is facing almost south. And what I've done here is each of those SIM-based routers, of the 4 SIM-based routers, 3 of them come with 2 antenna ports each. So I've connected to each of the to all those 3. I've connected 2 large antennas to each of them. So we have one Yagi antenna, which is directional, a large parabolic antenna that's directional, 2 LPDA antennae, and these are directional as well. These are 1, 2, 3, and 4 are connected to 2 routers. So 2 antennae connected to 1 router each. This is an extra omnidirectional antenna I've kept here for backup. I was using it, but omnidirectional in this location is not as good as directional is because of how far we are from all the towers near us. I will show the 4th router shortly. Just a moment. Okay. So that's 2 routers. The 3rd router with the SIM base is this one, and it's a MikroTik product, and I think this is the best product of all. These antenna are no-name antennas. The routers are TP-Link. They are very good, but the antenna are no-name. But this product from MikroTik, I think, is the best. It has the lowest noise and the clearest signal that it's able to capture. It's also a directional parabolic antenna. The modem is in this unit right here, and the SIM card goes in there. So this is the 3rd router that is connected to that load balancing router, the 3rd WAN port. Now, before I show the 4th router, of these 4 routers in this one network, the 4th one that I'm about to show, I've used the cheapest hardware because if possible, I intend to replace that with the Starlink's router whenever we get it in our country. It's going to be a while. Of these 4 routers, 2 of them are from one network. That's what they point southeast for, and the other 2 are another network. That's what they point south for. Right? Yeah, that is south, right? South. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So network 1, these 2. Network 1, these 2. That's router number 2. Network 2, this one, and the 4th one is I'm going to show you shortly. Hang on. Okay, that white one is the 4th router. It too has these are not the 2 antennas sticking out of it. They are 9 dBi antennas, and those 2 are also not the ones that came with this router. The original ones that came with the router were a pair of 5 dBi antennae. So these are a pair of 9 dBi antennae. They're also aftermarket. They're connected to this guy right here, and surprisingly, this fellow is performing better than my MikroTik product just now because my network does not like MikroTik. I've been talking to them. MikroTik has troubleshot that and has pointed out that the network isn't working well with their product as it should. So I'm pretty pissed with my network. I may swap it to the network that is in the other two routers. That is network number 1. Network number 2 is performing better in this cheap router and this white one right here, and not as well in the MikroTik product, but because of a network issue, not a MikroTik issue. You can see that the MikroTik gets best reception possible of all these 4 routers. It's brilliant. So I may swap that. I may swap that network out to the network number 1. Exchange one of the routers. Now I put it on this rope-based rail system so I can maintain it. This router here is to there are some folks who work for us and they need a landline that functions in their house. These 2 routers come with landline ports, RJ11 ports. Each of these routers have a backup battery that I have connected to them, which is power backup, because we're in a remote location. We lose power for 1 or 2 days at the same time. So every single network device, including all the mesh routers, have a battery of their own, which can last from 6 to 8 hours. The load balancing router has a battery of its own. Each of these antennae that I showed you earlier and the MikroTik product has a battery of its own. The MikroTik's battery is here. That battery allows for acts like they're all UPS batteries. They provide power. The MikroTik's product battery provides power over Ethernet. So the total capacity I have as a result of this, at one time I tested it to about, I remember I did a speed test. It was 190 Mbps download, 30 or 40 Mbps upload, or sometimes 20 Mbps upload. Although I have a total capacity just now of about a little over 200 Mbps. It's great for working from home, great for 4K videos on our 75-inch 4K TV. No problem at all, with excellent detail to, things that I'd never seen on any other TV. Of course, for power backup around the house, we have home UPS as well, but if that gets spoiled or shut down or trips because of voltage fluctuation, the individual power batteries, UPS batteries of each of the network products come in handy. I in fact have a similar landline system inside the house for my parents as well, but that one doesn't use internet at all. These 2 do, so just enough reception to allow for great phone calls. It's inside the house, right under one of these roofs, at the highest point I could find, where we could get reception. So, like one of you said, well-positioned directional antennae will be adequate for internet if you are a reasonable distance from the closest cell towers, and the more you have the more SIM-based routers you have, the better. Now, not all of you may want to spend that much money. I wanted to, because I wanted my siblings and my parents to be fully connected and be able to come here. That's why. So that's how that goes. That's all, folks.